All right, guys, this is GM Trading back with you again with a trade recap for Wednesday, April 8th. And I'm going to show you the trade recap on how I caught a 40% move on a single day trade in the stock AA. Obviously, this is alerted and taken as a swing trade, but so far in one single day, I'm up 40%. So let me show you the exact trade that I took, and I'm going to show you the entries and exits real quick. So obviously at around 9:45, I ended up alerting that I was taking AA for a May 15th $80 calls, right? Medium sized trade. Since obviously I've said in the last video that I'm still getting back into the groove, right? It's been a super slow start since the month of March has started and up until now, right? Barely been trading, right? Markets have been super choppy and not in really good conditions. So options trading has been a little bit harder to trade right now. So obviously I've been taking other trades like credit spreads and stuff like that, but as a trade with options, I've been super hands off. And this is the kind of the first type of trade that I've taken with options on some decent size, right? So I alerted these for a medium sized trade for a 231 fill. Stop loss was at low day, right? So my notes where I was adding on a pullback to the ADMA and a previous resistance / range break spot. Earnings was next week, so I'm being cautious of that. And here's what the stock looked like, right? So this is AA. You can see we had some resistance, and we recently broke out of that spot, and basically we're retesting that to a T, which was also lined up with the ADMA. So everything was basically lined up for this trade to happen, and that's where I took it, right? So I took my entry down here, and I'll show you my entries and exits, and started trimming at 26%, and I trimmed around 40%. So a pretty good style trade. You can see this is what the stock looks like now on the daily chart. Absolutely ripping. So basically a red to green type of move, exactly what I was looking for. And you can see here on the 15-minute chart, it was exactly when I took this trade. So right, we obviously had a huge big gap up this morning with the whole Iran, US and stuff, the news on that stuff. And that obviously is going to affect how I was trading today, right? I'm not going to chase into a big gap up like that. It's not probably smart to do that. A lot of people get bagged trying to chase longs this morning after a huge, 3% gap up. It's not very smart. So what I did was I waited patiently for the first, 30, 45 minutes of the market, trying to see what's going to happen, how we're going to react to this, to the news this morning. So basically, right, what happens is we got some profit taking at the highs, right? Obviously, this didn't actually end up gapping up. This kind of ended up gapping down. But I'm talking about as the overall market. If you look at that, right, we obviously are now kind of pushing back to the highs now. But we had profit taking basically right in the open, right? So we basically just came all the way back down from 677 open to around 671. So we kind of sold off $7 at the open, let people take profits, right? And so we kind of entered, kind of 30, 45 minutes after the market opened, and I'm gonna show you my entry here, right to that 68.16 spot, right? We had 3 straight red candles on the 15-minute chart, and we had 1 green candle, right? So that 1 green candle didn't really give me much indication, but I wanted to take a stab at it, right? Just in case we wanted to reverse off the lows. We definitely, I definitely saw a lot of call buying as well, off some flow as well, on a Twitter tweet or something like that. I saw some flow on that, so definitely was another kind of reasoning why I wanted to take it. I ended up taking it on this 15-minute pushback down to the kind of median area of this first green candle with a super tight risk. Obviously, I'm putting my stop losses at low of day or a 15-minute close below low of day, which would be nothing, right? Which is maybe a 10% loss at most, maybe not even. And then obviously I'm targeting, the high of day from today. And then obviously I'm targeting way higher than that. So far my first take profit already hit for around 40%, which is why I trimmed half my position, leaving the rest to keep continuing to run. I'm targeting 75 now, or 73.50, 73.60, right, which is this previous high we made up here, and then 75, right? 75 would be my next take profit, or my final take profit point up there. So that's the trade recap. Hope you guys learned something. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you on the next one.